All right, everybody, welcome back to the third installment or third episode of Josh's Corner. Today we have two very special guests on our podcast. Today we have Mr. Shay Davis and Mr. Vance Myers. Welcome to the podcast, boys. We'll start off with Shay Davis. Shay Davis, go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
First off, I want to say glad that I'm here. Thanks for inviting me, Josh, to your wonderful podcast.
No problem.
Introduce myself. Not much different than your average person. I like doing sports. I like being busy with myself. I don't like not doing something. I just feel like why would I just sit around when I could be doing something? Kind of hard to do the Rona, it's the Rona.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I like it. All right, Vance, how about you, man?
Well, it's just I'm keeping myself busy. Even though there haven't been parties out, which kind of disturbs me. But I'm feeling good. I'm still on my way, still being a powerlifter, still, which I usually am. Still hard to do, but gotta keep yourself busy, especially with all this going on. And basically, it for me, just
Nothing interesting about yourself?
Hey, well, not really.
No, not really?
I'm
Alright, boys. Well, that is their little introduction of their little bio, but we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to get tonight's podcast right into Life Update. This is one of my favorite segments because it just goes all over the place. Before we begin, be sure to, if you missed out on the second episode, guests were Jaden and Mariah. We talked about a couple things. We talked about islands, Animal Crossing, and some other crazy things about the future as well. So if you're interested, go ahead. I'll put that in the description or somewhere above here. Go be sure to check that out. And I also have episode 1 available. So, boys, let's get question number 1 going on. How's life treating you so far during this quarantine season?
I feel like it's doing pretty decent. Like, my family hasn't been impacted that much. Except for my dad, apparently he's been exposed to it. So that's happening, but that only happened in the past 3 days. Other than that, nothing really that it's been doing this quarantine, every day.
Pretty boring, huh? Nothing to do? Just trying to figure out something to do? Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. How about you, Vance? How's life treating you so far, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, nothing really too much has been happening around here. Besides just going out, doing projects, building up new stuff that we've been doing. Working on our cars, especially my classic side out. Definitely gotta keep up on those and everything. But besides everything, we're just being on lockdown still, staying healthy, staying clean, staying safe.
Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to get outside the house because everybody is in lockdown, but have you guys been learning a new skill, something that you've never imagined doing before, that you have all this time now? I mean, cooking, learning how to cook, I don't know, something like that? No?
I tried learning this before, but I didn't really go with it. Now, since I have a bunch of this free time, I've been trying to learn how to juggle.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's pretty cool skill right there. Would you be practicing juggling with? Oranges, apples, knives?
Well, if I use oranges, my mom will be like, why are you using oranges? You probably beat me. So I've just been using socks and baseball.
Socks and baseball. That's cool, man. That's cool. Learning how to master the juggling art. Very nice, very nice. How about you, Vance?
Probably just more the cooking and more working on the cars, basically. Basically what my sister's just been doing.
Just learning how to fix cars, basically. That's good. Learning all the world about automotive, learning how to fix that stuff. That can get your time occupied pretty well, huh?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. All right, boys. Let's dive into the second question. If you achieved all of your goals, how would you feel? Like all of them.
All of my goals.
All of your goals. How would
I
you
feel like
feel?
at that. I feel like at that point, like there's nothing really can do. It's not like I'm gonna achieve my goals by like the time I'm like 30 or 40. But
Okay.
I feel like once I achieve my goals, like I can just over, I just can like retire, like lay back. I'll
So
feel pretty
after,
good about it.
all right. So after you complete all your goals, you just chill back, relax, and enjoy
Yeah.
life, and just go off whatever you have. Okay. How about you, Vance? He's taking the more relaxed approach.
I say I'll probably agree with Shay. Probably do the same. After all that, probably just enough time to relax.
Okay. Here's a follow up. What can you do to feel that way as you work to achieve them? As you achieve them, how are you gonna push yourself to feel that way? Feel that satisfaction.
I I feel like I'll use this a lot. It's kind of like a think about where you were kind of mentality.
Mm.
Like I know I was at this point in my life back then, but now I'm trying to achieve this because I'm here. So would I want to go back to that way in my life? No, I wouldn't. So I want to like exceed it, push
Okay.
on.
Alright, so push on, push strong, think about the future, think about the end game. Pretty much that's what Shay is trying to say right now. Alright, how about you, Vance? How do you feel about that? What's a mindset that you can do to perfect this craft?
Like basically what he kind of said, but like you need to just like try to keep yourself, pushing yourself strong towards your goals and everything, and just sit back and relax for a long period of time and just see those goals drop down each time at a moment. You can do a lot of stuff and with techniques, to try to start keeping it, but just basically what I would just say is keep yourself strong, keep pushing forward.
Very, very wise words right there. That's right, man. That's the whole mindset. Push forward until you can't stop. Complete as many things as you can. Complete your dreams. Follow those dreams. Set an end point. Well, keep going. Push yourself. Keep going further and see where life brings you. All right. What's something you haven't taken the time to learn about? What's something that you've always wanted to learn how to do but never taken the time to do it? There's a lot of things, man. From A to Z. There's a boundary of things.
I'm
Just keep going. He'll come back. You see?
alright.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Why don't you go first, man? Let me time to think about this.
Did you hear the question, Vance?
Yeah, I heard what you said. So basically what I was going to say before I blacked out was basically what you just got to do is just push yourself to be strong. You can't just sit down and relax for the rest of the minute. You start doing your goals. That's the very second most like doing like early in the morning or something. You can start doing that type of goal.
Mm.
You push forward. You just got to keep yourself strong. Keep yourself up.
Yeah. So what's something you haven't taken the time to learn about? That you've always wanted to do but have never,
What's something I haven't known about?
What's something that you haven't taken the time to learn about? Alright, we're back. Sorry for the late interruption. Alright, so let's pick up where you left off, Shay. So hopefully this TV doesn't turn off again. But you said, just summarize what you said about what's the thing that you haven't taken time to learn about. Just a quick summary.
Quick summary. At this point in my life, I feel like that whenever I want to learn how to do something,
Mm.
I always try to learn it on the spot right then and there. Like, oh, this is cool. I want to learn how to do that. So I do my research, take the time to learn that.
All right. So next question: where do you want your life to be like in 5 years?
All right.
Okay. You go first then.
In 5 years, hopefully, I already got my degree in computer science and joined the military for computer intelligence.
Okay.
Hopefully, that's like my plan for the next 5 years.
All right. Right on. Right on. How about you, Vance?
Probably for me, after when I see myself in 5 years, hopefully I'll get my degree for doctor and go for a cardiologist or
Okay. Solid plans for both of y'all. You guys seem like you know what you guys are gonna do. That's awesome. All right. So here's another one. Here's a one that a couple people don't know how to answer. What would you do if you weren't scared of anything at all?
I feel like I need an interview.
If you weren't scared at it?
Yeah, if you weren't scared at anything. Nothing.
Really?
How would life change?
How would life change if you weren't scared of anything?
Yeah. And
Wow.
for you, yeah. How would life change for you?
For me, I don't know to be honest. I mean, probably for me, what I'll probably just say is like just keep going on with the day. I mean, if nothing really scares me, then just keep going on with your day, you know?
So nothing fazed you. If you weren't scared of anything, you just keep going, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, just keep pushing yourself through.
Okay. All right. So then that could just open up more possibilities if you weren't scared, technically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. How about you, Shay? So he's saying he wouldn't mind it. It doesn't faze him. Well, how about you? How would you feel? How would you feel?
I feel like nothing will change.
You feel like nothing will change at all.
There's nothing really that like I'm quote unquote scared of. To the extent where it stops me to do something. There's small
Okay.
things like, oh okay, yeah, might have to like take a detour here, but it's nothing that will like stop me from doing something.
So you feel like you're living. So this thing is true for you then. You're not basically scared of anything at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very interesting to hear. All right. Who has qualities that inspire you to develop? What are some qualities that you aspire to develop from?
What do you mean by that? Right? Can you give an example?
Like let's say let me find a way. My father, okay? There's some qualities that I don't have that I would like to learn from him. You know,
Oh.
that's the qualities I aspire to develop. You know, learn from some other people, take skills and some sets from other people for you to develop your craft. That's what it's basically the question is asking.
Okay.
All right, you
That
got
makes
it.
sense.
All right. So, you got any qualities that you want to aspire to develop?
Probably not procrastination.
Yeah, Mr.
And that will
Procrastinator.
bring into that procrastination.
My goodness. Jeez.
Turning home that much.
Good luck in college, my friend. If you procrastinate, it's gonna come and bite you. My
It works
goodness.
though. It works though.
No. Oh man, I can't procrastinate, man. That's crazy. I don't know how you guys can do it. But hey, whatever works, am I right?
Abraham Lincoln procrastinated. He wrote the Gettysburg Address on like a napkin on the train right there.
Oh my
What happened
god.
there?
Come on, man.
Okay.
Alright, Vance.
Yeah, you got you on that one.
Alright. Hey.
Oh man. I just feel like the best man you can.
No, it has to be. That's
That's
for,
a call out. That's a call out.
that's for everyone. That's a little too basic. There has to be something else. Come on.
It's basic.
That's basic, man. Come on, there has to be something that you want to aspire to develop, something you want to develop in your life, something you want to change.
Oh, something I want to change. Okay, I want to try to like basically like try to inspire people like not to smoke no more because like this
Okay.
is just like
So a testimony.
out of control.
So you want to be a testimony to others?
Yeah, basically.
Alright, that's good because then you can help other people to quit as well. So you know the struggle and stuff.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright, so here's another one. What's stopping you from doing the things that you should be doing? Is there anything stopping you from the things that you want to complete in life, or there's like no roadblocks, you're good, you're chilling?
I feel like you just searched up job interview questions and then boom, there's your podcast.
Nah, I did a little bit of research. I chose these questions myself.
Alright, you can go to it.
Yeah, come on, Shay.
Most obstacles is just like,
Is there a roadblock?
mostly like my parents.
How about, here's a big one. If both of y'all are going to college, how about the SAT or ACT? That could be a roadblock, because if you don't pass that bad boy, you ain't getting in. Unless you do of course, the 2 years community college and then transfer without the SAT and ACT.
So that's basically what I'm doing.
That's exactly what I'm doing. MSTC for the first 2 years and then transfer.
Fair enough, boys.
Yes.
Fair enough.
MSTC, then transfer to Keenan, and then go to Keenan.
Alright, so there's nothing blocking you right now?
I say just my parents mostly. Because I want to do things or go places and they're like, no, you can't do that. You have to do this,
Restriction. Okay, alright.
Sure.
Yeah.
How about you, Vance? Is there anything that's blocking you, man?
I'll probably say like the only roadblock that's the two main things that would possibly from like starting to do my stuff is probably like my parents and my habit of going like straight. As you guys like know, I been smoking. You know, it's like that's a huge roadblock for me. It's just like it's hard to like get off of it. You know, I've been off of it for quite a while now, and I'm still like getting like the hints of still trying to do it again. But at the same time, I don't want to because like it's blocking some of the stuff that I'm trying to complete.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, yeah, that could be something that, it's time to put it down, man. Move on. There's other things that you could be doing without that in your life. So that's really good that you're pushing to do that. That's a big accomplishment.
Yep, 5 years, man.
That's good, man. That's good.
5 years.
All right. Here's another question, boys. What's the most important lesson you've learned in life so far, and are you living that lesson today?
That's the important lesson.
What's an important lesson you've learned in life so far?
I feel like I can't really pinpoint it, but mostly all the lessons like my dad taught me throughout the years.
Are you
Like there's not one lesson where like this is a very good lesson. All of his lessons are like these are very essential in life.
Yeah, I can relate to that. But are you living them? Are you living those lessons?
I think I'm living the lessons.
That's good, man.
Oh, what's going on?
All right, well, tell us give us an example of an essential lesson you've learned. Because you said there's multiple lessons. Just give us one.
Just one?
Yeah, just give us one.
I feel like don't let like other people stop you in the dreams you're trying to make. Like don't let other people persuade you in going on a different course, on a different
Yeah.
idea than you want to do.
That's very strong. That's a really good quote and fact right there. Yeah, you shouldn't let anybody stop you from doing what you want to do, with the words they say. So, I mean, you just got to keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing forward without anybody without, those words stopping you, Because if they don't have the courage to do it themselves, so I don't know why they need to be talking anyway. So, it's always good to stick to your word. Vance, are you still there? I think he's having technical difficulties right now, but it's alright. We will continue with the podcast and we'll just carry him. Alright, Shay. If you could travel to the past in a time machine, what advice would you give your 10-year-old self?
What are we doing as 10-year-old? Like, what grade is that? Middle school?
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you at 10. But is there any advice you would give your 10-year-old self?
I say just start on the path I wanted to do right now earlier.
Okay.
Because
So start focusing on the path that you were, instead of getting distracted from the other paths.
yeah.
All right.
So I feel like
Okay, you continue.
So that-
Sorry.
10-year-old, I wanted to like go in the Marines. I wanted to do all this stuff.
Mm.
But as like my life went, I was like, okay, Air Force is probably better. I know I still want to be in like robotics and computers and stuff, but I'm not sure what.
Mm.
And me taking this like computer science route was like is a very like kind of like high school thing, probably like 14, 15. So starting at 10 would be like a great push.
Okay. Yeah, because then, at 10, you don't know much, and your mind goes all over the place because you're just 10. So at 10, you don't even know what you want. But let's just say your 10-year-old self got that advice. You think you would take it, or you just wander like a 10-year-old, not, like doing this thing?
I feel like
You think your 10-year-old self, all right. Hey man, if that works, that'd be cool.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
like I said before, I always wanted to like go into robotics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And hearing like go into computer science will be like, oh, that seems like a good idea. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna start doing that route.
Yeah. All right. Is Vance there? Testing 1, 2, 3. No, he is not. But he will fix his stuff soon. It's alright. Alright, here's another one. A couple people said they've never done this, but have you ever abandoned like an idea, a creative idea, any type of idea that you believed because others thought you were a fool? And what was this idea? Like, was there an idea that you had that you told people about that you were gonna do but never did because you just listened to their critics saying that it was never gonna work, it was garbage, trash, never do it again, you know? That type of thing.
Honestly, it was fairly like an idea, but a life choice. Like I said before, I wanted to join the Marine Corps like when I was younger. My dad was in it, my grandpa was in it, like
Mm-hmm.
all my like family members were into the Marine Corps route. So I think that was one of it. And like my family, like everyone I was around was like, don't do that. You like
Mm-hmm.
you're too like I don't want to like ring my own train bell, but they're like you're too like intellectual to be Marine Corps.
Yeah,
So, like,
okay, I see
to
that.
like take the Air Force route. And I
Okay.
feel like I did listen to that.
Alright.
Alright, oh, you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you. There he is. He's back.
Okay.
You just put your webcam for us, man.
Yeah, my phone's just being dumb right now.
That's alright. You just missed like 1 or 2 questions. So yeah, so Shay, you still, so you took the credits about going into the Marine Corps. Do you ever still have thoughts about going into the Marine Corps, or are you just going Air Force?
Of course, I still have thoughts. Like it's like in my like top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, I still have thoughts. Like if I have a choice, I'll do it. But
Yeah.
at this moment in time, I'm set for the Air Force.
Okay.
So I say like it's still
Hey,
there.
man. Air Force
It's
strong. Let's go, baby. Air Force
Mhm.
strong. Yes, sir. Vance, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm still here with you.
Okay, so go ahead. You can go ahead and answer this question. What did you listen? Oh, actually, did you have a? Oh, you heard it already?
Yeah, if you can just repeat it one more time.
Yeah.
I can't
What idea did you have that you believed, like you wanted to do, but other people thought it was like a bad idea. You should have never
dude.
did it, and then you just discarded that idea. Like you just left it in the bin. And what was that idea?
I'll probably say the idea that I was probably want to do was mainly go into the military, the army.
Okay.
But you know, it's the medical field is what got my attention the most. You know, because I like to save people and kind of help them out during those times.
Yeah.
You know, so
Saving lives, man. Like oh, what's her name? Escalante said she also wanted to save lives as well. She wanted to go as a nurse too. So both of you guys have a similar idea of saving people's lives. So that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's great. We need more people. And we also talked about, you know, people right now on the front lines of the coronavirus, you know. So shout out to those people. Those guys are the real heroes, MVPs, for helping us treat these people in desperate times. All right. You still with us, Vance?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, sweet. All right. I had a thought in mind, but I'll think about it later. If you cloned yourself, what characteristics you wouldn't want to be cloned? So if you had a clone and you could redo yourself, what characteristics would you leave behind and why?
This is about to get real depressing.
It's alright, go ahead. We're here now.
Exactly that.
What?
My like.
Anxiety?
Yeah, anxiety, sadness and stuff gets in the way.
Sadness, okay.
What I want to do. I still like try to overcome it, but like gets in the way a lot. So if I would clone myself to become a better person, I would probably like leave that.
Okay, so all that nasty anxiety, sadness, all that stuff that no one wants in life, you think that would change your life for like drastically?
I feel like it would.
Yeah.
Because that stops me from doing it.
Yeah, but then again, don't you want to feel sad sometimes?
Yeah.
So, I mean, give or take, that's something, you know, that's something like, I don't know, it's a 50-50 because there's both pros and cons, but at the end of the day, you could make a list, you know, saying it's, you know, worse than good, but then again, you also want to have your good moments with being sad and stuff, so. Did you hear the question, Vance?
Yeah, I did.
Alright, what would you leave behind?
Anxiety.
Okay. Yep, just like Shay. What else?
Anxiety, depression, smoking.
Any physical height, eyes, jaws, body part, arm length, I don't know, you name it. I'm just spitting out random stuff.
Probably just anxiety for me, man.
Okay, yeah, very strong, very fair enough. That's something many people face every day, you know, some worse than others, but imagine not having that at all. You know, everybody,
Yeah,
it would just change.
That's a constant issue for me.
Yeah, it was just, you have a brand new perspective on things, and a lot of things won't get affected by it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Skin color,
That's always good.
like I'm on like the smaller side of it,
Okay.
but still my skin color like is like what happened in the previous years or what could happen. I feel like it's still an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're like, okay, maybe I just want to go full this.
All right.
Not, like.
Yeah, that's good though. At least, you know, it's not as bad as it is. We should just, you know, try to best you can to keep it like that, because no one wants to have that in their life, you know?
Mm.
Alright guys, good responses. Alright, this is a very interesting one. We got pretty good responses on the first episode with this one. The thing you cried for last time, the thing you cried for, does it matter to you now, or will it matter to you in 5 years from now? Later, 5 years later, basically.
I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, I think one of them said they wouldn't remember. So you're saying that you wouldn't remember. It wouldn't really matter. From now to 5 years later, you would forget.
It's been like 6 years-ish, 5 to 6 years, so I don't remember the last time I cried. But like since I don't remember, it must not have been important enough to like change. So like yeah.
So you would, if there was a moment in time where like it was really powerful, you think you would remember that time you cried?
Yeah, I feel like I would remember it.
All right, how about you, Vance? Does it matter to you now, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I probably wouldn't remember it either, to be honest.
Okay, so you wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
So you just move on and forget. Just forget about what you just cried for.
Yeah, just basically, I mean, you just can't let that one thing just bring you down the most and have you depressed for a week or 3 weeks, you know? You just need to get it over with for that one day and just move on with it.
Yeah, but then again, it doesn't all have to be, sad stuff. What if you cry at your wedding? Or you cry at someone's graduation? Or
If I cry at my wedding, yes. I will remember that.
Yeah, exactly. So some things you can cry for that are good, and you still want to remember it because that's an important time in your life,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the only thing I'll probably remember in my life.
All right, guys. If you guys died now, would you have any regrets?
I would like to say no,
Okay, that's good.
because I live by the quote. It was my senior quote. In fact, if we get to see our senior quotes, it was in the end the only thing to regret is the chances you didn't take.
Mm-hmm.
Because I live by that. I feel like all the chances I could have took, I took.
That's good. That's very good.
On the arm and like held it.
Yeah,
So I feel like I would regret that much.
that's good because you always want to you always want to say yes to those weird and awesome opportunities that you might not get to do again. So it's always an awesome time or a special time to figure out what you want to do and just keep doing it and get those opportunities. Just say yes. Yes theory. Those guys really show you the true meaning of what it's like to say yes and living outside your comfort zone. Shout out to you guys.
The movie Yes Man, featuring can't remember the actor, but like that movie says yes to everything.
Yeah. How about you, Vance? Would you have any regrets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely have some regrets.
Yeah, that's alright. That's But would you try to want to die without any regrets?
Yeah, of course, man, of course. I mean, the regrets I have, like, as we speak as now, it's just kind of berserk right now, And I would like to not have any regrets.
Yeah, man. You could always start now, and you can always, whatever life brings you, man, whatever you do in life, you can always think about this time and moment and saying, hey, do I want to do this? Yes, no, maybe. And it all depends on your character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's an interesting one. If happiness was a currency, money, how rich do you think you are?
High, low wage.
Give us a number. High, low wage.
Probably
What
like,
are you thinking here?
probably.
Both Sergio and Alex said $1 million or somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, that's not near me.
I'll probably be like 45,000 a year, considering
Wow,
corporate
that's-
America counts to 70,000 a year.
Wow,
About
your
45.
happiness is that low, Shay? That's a low. You can choose any number in the world, like any number.
Any number?
Any number. There's
There's no scale?
There's no scale. There's no scale, brother. No. This is all.
On a
This is
scale
all.
of 1 billion, I say like 5 million.
Okay, so
No,
that's
that's
a better answer. So you would say your happiness is at a 5 million.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. How about you?
I'm still like happy. Like I still have those happy times that like keep me pushing,
Mm.
but not like this is like excessive. It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like I have those happy points.
Alright. How about you, Vance? Vance? Oh, he's thinking.
Definitely 3 million. Definitely.
Okay, 3 million?
Yeah,
Why 3 million?
Eh,
Is it a mix between both?
yeah, mix.
It's a mix. Okay, so that's why you chose 3 million, because
Yeah.
half the times you're happy, half the times you're sad. Little combination of both, you know. But 3 million is still a high number, so maybe it's a little bit more happiness than sadness. Would you agree, or?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
All right,
Probably more happiness.
all right.
Or a little bit of both. Yeah, probably more happiness.
Fair enough, boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that has wrapped up our first segment called Life Update for this episode. We've been getting some really good responses, really good conversations, but we're going to take a quick 5-minute break and we'll be back after these announcements, or not even announcements, after this cut. Everybody, welcome back to Josh's Corner, episode 3. We're going to dive into a very picky and interesting topic I like to call Relationship Corner. Now, boys, things might get spicy, things might not get spicy, but we're gonna find out and we're going to have fun with it. You boys ready?
Yeah.
Alright, I always like to start simple. Are you guys currently in a relationship?
Yes.
Yes. Wow, okay.
Yes.
Who? Alright, okay, so Vance, are you still with that same girl from that one place?
Yes.
Or? Oh, wow, okay, so you guys got back together?
Wait, back up. Who?
That one girl that you wanted.
No.
Oh, it's another.
Candidate.
You found another one. You found this person during quarantine or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so how.
Candidate, let's go.
Alright, tell us about that. Tell us about that. How'd you meet this person? Who is she? I'm not gonna get into
Well-
too much information because it's private life, but just give us a little detail.
Probably. Well, we've been friends together, and she's from California, but she moved all the way to New York.
Okay.
Sent by the 7th grade year. So she did know I did have a crush on her, and so now I'm trying to stick it up. Now I'm dating her. So
Alright, so you think she's the one? She's a keeper, or what? You just gonna see where?
I sure hope so, man.
You sure hope so?
I sure hope so, man. Yeah.
Alright, man, that's very awesome to hear. Hopefully your relationship is doing good right now. Is it doing good?
I have a question for him. Is it okay for me to ask this question?
Go for it, yeah. It's a podcast, man. We talk about whatever. We can get off track. Who cares?
You said when you were in like middle school, she moved to New York. So is this a long distance relationship or she moved back?
Yes.
Oh, it's long distance. Man, that might be hard, man. Long distance.
Yeah, I've been to them already. So
Okay, alright. Fair enough, man. You do you.
that'll make the third one.
Alright, man. That's great to hear. So far, you've been the only person who's in a relationship. Everybody else is not in a relationship or is currently looking or not currently looking, but they do them, Alright, here's a good question. Would you guys be considered a simp? Simp Nation! No? Shay, you're not a simp, you ain't simping for anybody?
No,
Aw, come on. How about you,
used
Vince?
to.
Are you
Used to, but not anymore.
Used to. Oh, what happened?
Stopped.
Aw, come on, man. You always got a shot, man. How about you, Vance? Are you considered a simp? He knows he's considered a simp.
Yeah.
I knew it. Yeah. Simp Nation, man.
pretty
Simp
much.
strong. Simp strong. Alright, fair enough. Alright, boys. What are some annoying habits of other couples that irritate you the most?
Yo, okay.
Uh
This is about to go off.
He's about to go off, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's see what he has to say. What do you got to say, Vance?
Okay. Most common things ever that couples make are arguing, bringing in drama, talk about friends behind their backs, saying stuff to friends or family behind your back.
Dang, you got a whole list, brother.
Having your friends down, having your partner's friend tell them you things that they didn't tell you in the first place, and they come up behind you.
Dang, man, you could write a whole book. It looks like that you've done all these things before, or you've been affected by these things before.
Hell yeah. Man, I got cheated on twice. What the fuck you say?
Ouch. Ah, bang.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the one I was about to do with the military ball one.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Oof, man. Good thing you
Yeah.
shut that down quick, man. Yeah, that was sketchy, you know? Alright. How about you, Shay? So he just gave a full-on list of annoying things that annoys him the most, but how about you?
I feel mostly just PDA. Keep that to yourself.
Okay,
I
so
don't want to see that.
the first episode said the same thing. Sergio just went off on the rant. I agree with him too. I agree with you too. And it's just, you know, private. You can do that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Vance had a good point on the messenger. Messenger is the most annoying thing where you get your friend to tell you something. Messenger is the most annoying thing.
There's always something. It's always one or two words that get twisted, and then everything changes. It's like just
Come
do it.
straight to the face. Like, I don't want a messenger. I don't want to do
It's
the.
just like,
Yeah, just face to
Sorry.
face. Yeah, pretty much just face to face almost. All right. Here's another one. This one may be, you know, a little bit different, but do you think celebrating Valentine's Day is corny?
no.
No. Why do you think?
No.
Why do you don't think Valentine's Day is corny? Because you know some people may think it's corny, you know, and that's why they wait a day after to do Valentine's Day. You know.
Well, I mean, Valentine's Day is like the very special moment, you know. It's like for you and your partner, if you guys have been dating on for 6, 9, or a year. I mean, you definitely want to celebrate those days, especially Valentine's. I mean, if it's a 1 month thing, easy. Just make it happen, you know. Simple movie, dinner, that's it. Then keep going out for it. If it's a year, do a lot more things. Go stargaze, go eat dinner,
Yeah.
something like that.
And
I'm
we'll.
not saying I have done it personally, which I have done before, but you know, it's something that you definitely want to celebrate. So I definitely don't find it corny.
Alright, very true statements and facts, and we'll get to a follow-up question about the whole movies and all dinner and all that stuff because there's a question about that. But Shay, what do you think, man? Have you ever done something on Valentine's Day, or do you think it's just like extra? Everybody going out with these 5, 6 balloons, a big bear, a box of chocolates, more than one box of chocolates, you know, like
Okay.
we experienced Valentine's Day this year before school closed down. So give us your thoughts, man.
Okay, that big bears and all that, that's crazy. Like, it shouldn't be that big. It should be like
Yeah,
nice and small things. Those big things happen like in your own time.
Yeah.
Don't bring that stuff out.
Yeah. I feel you.
I would
I feel you
say-
on that.
I'm mostly saying this because every single time, like, I had someone for Valentine's Day, we broke up, like, right before Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, a lot of people experience that, huh?
Yeah, I feel like you should only do Valentine's Day if you've been dating for, like, longer than a certain time. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, you guys have been dating for, like, 2 months, we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day. I feel like it should be, like, a 6 months on kind of thing.
Okay, all right. I see where you're going here. So give it some time. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a very fair comment. If I'm not, you know, mistaken, but I can see why you would wait a little bit before you can just go straight into it. All right, fair enough, boys. We're going to. Here's a good one. I always say here's a good one. I should just change that up. What is the best relationship advice someone has given you? And I know both of y'all got some good ones, especially you, Vans. You better give us something good. and tell us why they gave you
Yes,
it. All right, what's some good
So,
advice you got
The
given?
main important thing that someone's actually given me or advice
Mhm.
is you definitely need to have communication. Communication is like the main thing in a relationship that you need to possibly have.
Okay,
In a
so
relationship,
communication.
you want to start shaking your head no because I've been through this.
Well, you know,
I know. When-
communication is a given.
I'm shaking my head no because it's the most basic answer.
Yeah, I know, for real.
Well, it is basic, but that's also the number one thing.
It's true,
to
it's true.
have.
Communication is
it is
important.
Because without communication, what's the point of having a relationship?
Speaking
You're
of
just
that,
gonna be
I am
talking
taking.
blindsided.
Speaking of that, I am taking a interpersonal communication class that goes
In his college class.
college class. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's still going on. I have class Monday night, but it does talk about all that beautiful stuff about relationships. So I am packed and loaded with information about that. So, if you guys ever need some advice, hit your boy up.
I got my own.
So the one who went for the clown got it.
Hey, we don't talk about that, alright? We don't talk about that. I'll let you say your comment. I'll give my comment because I got something. I got some alright advice.
Mm.
All right, Shay, let me hear it because I know you. I know you. Let me hear it. What's advice, huh? Good.
I like most of the advice. It's already been said. Like, there's no like specific advice that I only heard like,
Hint.
oh, like you need to do this. Like most of the advice is well, thanks.
Hint. Age gap, maybe. I won't go any further with that one, but it's alright, man.
Alright.
As long as you ain't doing this at the 18, at the before you go into jail, catching cases, bro. I don't got
Speaking of that, I'm turning 18 in like 4 days, so there's no more of that.
Oh yeah, you can't be catching cases. You're going to jail. Hey man,
Yeah.
it's crazy because nowadays all these people they be looking like they're 18 or 19, but they're like 15 or 16. It's crazy. I don't know
Yeah.
what the heck is
I
going
can-
on.
Usually guess how old they are. I can
No.
usually do it.
Boys, this is what you always gotta do. This is what I do. I always check for age, bro. Age isn't like if it's age, if it's like before I do anything. If it's not there, I'm like I'm out. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
anything. I'm out.
Look. Okay, so you guys know the previous girl I was dating, right?
The what?
You know the previous girl that I was dating?
Oh yeah. What about her?
Okay, so how old do you guys think she was?
Oh,
You
you
guys
already
were-
told me she was like what,
15?
15?
Yeah.
Okay, 15.
Okay.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
my ex before that,
Mhm.
guess how old she was?
13.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's like
You about to catch a case.
I was 16 and she was 18. She was in high school with me.
What
didn't
the?
you once get a high schooler in like middle school?
Oh no, man. You're all over the place, man.
Alright, so for the ATF thing, I feel like in like high school it's like 2 years limit, but like in like adult life, I feel like it doesn't really matter because my mom and dad are 11 years apart.
Yeah, I would say the same thing about my parents as well. I mean, it just
Yeah.
depends. But
Like,
if
if you met your parents, they look like they're like 30 years apart. Like,
Well, it'd be like that sometimes, So what? All right, that's a good, interesting topic. I should put that down there because sometimes I get questions when we talk about this podcast. What age gap do you guys like the most, or what are you looking for?
We could go off with that one, say.
Does it matter like 10 plus years, 2 to 3 years? Or
I
like,
don't really care. Like, if I meet someone who's like 11, 12, I wouldn't really care. I just care if like they have to like younger than me. Because I don't want to date a girl that's older than me.
okay,
'Cause I just,
I
because
see.
I
see
feel how
a
this
fair-
works is like hot take. Like
see.
if we ever get married, have kids, I feel like it makes sense for the guy to be older than the girl.
Yeah.
So when like the guy got the girl can take care of the kids because they would know how to do it better.
Yeah,
So I
that's
feel like that's how that should work.
yeah. All right, I feel you on that one. I can understand where you're coming from that point of view. How about you, Vance? What do you think? Does it matter to you or no? Well, actually, I don't know about that one. It really doesn't matter to you, right? 'Cause you've been doing it all the way in high school, man. So what is your input? I want to hear this. Let me see.
Well, since like I am 18 now, I'll probably say that my age limit.
Okay, there you go. That's
It
better.
better be.
It better be.
My age limit will probably be about 25. I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as you're like if you're 19 or above or close to 25, then okay, we're good.
Okay, there you go. There's
That's
your
kind of
answer.
like an 8-year-old man going for 25-year-olds. That's the age, man.
My goodness.
You,
All
you
right.
know, you know what the funny thing? You want to know what the funny thing is? Is that when a girl, even for like Snapchat, like you guys know what a shout out is? Like you go around.
Dude, oh my gosh. I should write a question about that one. That one could be a good question about how do you feel about
So, like-
all those shout outs or add me on Snapchat or follow me on Instagram or like
Yeah.
or like
No.
if you send me a heart, I know you're a real one, that type of stuff, man, I don't mess with that stuff, man. That's for me, I feel like that's dumb. Like what's the point? Like come on.
But like the funny thing is though is that once I gave them like my type of shout out, they look at the picture and they're like, you look like you're 45 years old.
Mhm.
I was like, how do I look like 45?
What? Well, you can see it a little bit. You look like a middle-aged Joe Dirt.
Mhm.
You know.
Okay, I can take it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, fair
if
enough.
I was Joe, dude, I would rock the bullet.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like you see me in those shoutouts, like I would send a picture in the green heart and all that, but I won't post it directly on the story. Like, if you're a real one, do this. I won't do that.
Yeah.
I won't post it
I
on the
guess
story.
that's a
But
way of
that's it.
seeing. I don't know why people do it. I guess it's a way of seeing if people are real or not. I just don't understand the whole concept.
I don't need to
behind-
see that. I don't
behind
need to see that.
But you know, it is what it is. I mean, sure, you do you, man. All right, here's a very controversial question. I want to hear you. I swear, if you guys say something that I feel like you're gonna say, you better change it. I'm just kidding. What's your what's your definition of a first date, and how would you take them out? Let me hear this one. I want to hear this
I
one.
got it.
Let me hear this one, Vance.
Oh,
My definition of a first date, honestly, in my best opinion, would probably go to the movies and then after the movies go
Basic. I knew you were gonna say that. Basic.
I'm only saying basic because I did that before, but like,
Because
Oh.
for me, I'm a very festival guy. I like to do stuff that was done from the 80s and 90s. Stargazing was a big thing, and
Come on,
drive-through
man.
movies were a big thing. So I like to do stuff.
Now, if it was a drive-through movie, that's different. But if you
that's
going,
it.
if you're going to the movies, man,
That was
basic.
very nice.
Basic right there, man. You gotta spice it things up, man. Alright, so movie. And what, okay, continue. Movie and then what else?
Stargazing.
Stargazing.
Yep,
Alright, the second part is, I messed with that second part. That's alright. Stargazing, okay, good. Yeah, that's a good one. How about you?
Stargazing will give you so much time to actually talk about things in your life, like get to know them a little bit more while you're just like sitting down in the back of the pickup truck, and just watching the stars,
Yeah, that's a good
Just-
one. Yeah, I messed with that one. I messed with that one. How about you?
It gives you more of an opportunity to actually talk together and get to know each other just a little bit more.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
To me, I feel like it's like just going somewhere, like exploring, like maybe going to like, I don't know, like a mall or something like that,
Okay,
exploring.
well, interesting. Okay,
And then,
well.
like, if you have time, like at the beginning, then go like the movie. I don't, not the whole thing.
Would you do something like where you and your partner would just hike a trail and just do that the whole time and just walk a trail?
I would do that.
No.
I would.
No, Dave Sherlock, not you, Vance.
It's nice to like, it's nice to talk to them. It's nice to see like what kind of type they are. Like if they don't enjoy like hikes like that.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably want to go.
All right, now that's okay. That's all right. Fair enough. But man, if you guys saw the first episode, you already know what my response was, and well, I could just tell you guys. I don't think you guys watched the episode, but hey man, what's something you haven't heard in such a long time? What's a date that you've never heard in a long time? We're back. I just had to do something real quick. So we left off where I'm talking about my ideal date, and I asked the boys what's something they have not heard of in a long time. Something that you don't see teenagers do anymore. I like rarely see, or actually maybe adults too. I don't know how. I don't know. I just haven't seen people do it in a long time, like this thing. It starts with a P, ends with a C.
Picnic.
My man, there you go. Picnic, man. When is the last time you seen someone do a picnic?
I did a picnic like 3 years ago.
With your crush?
I've never done a picnic.
Ah, you see, my ideal day would probably be a picnic somewhere nice, and then just watch the sunrise go down, and just go from there, man. Just set out something like Up. That's the real like Up, and then the movie classic.
That was honestly, I'm proud of.
Somewhere in the top, I don't know, somewhere private, probably like a mountain, not a mountain, like a hill or something,
Serial killer much?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got those ideas, man. I got some good ones.
I'm proud of Vance for knowing that was picnic. I was over here being like, what is this?
I know,
I
right?
can't anywhere picnic like this.
All right,
He was
boys.
like, got it.
Here's a real good one. We'll do like two, or depending on time, we'll do 2 more questions. Let's see. Ooh, which one do I want to do? That's alright. We'll do this one. When it comes to the baby question, how do you feel about that baby question?
Excited.
Excited. All right.
Excited.
How about you, Shay?
Same thing.
All right.
Wait, it depends.
Okay.
Like how early they ask.
Okay. That's the follow-up question. Do you want kids, and what age do you think it's appropriate?
20.
20. Wow. That's
20, wow.
that's too early, man. That's too early.
See,
On the last episode, Sergio and Alex, because we didn't do this segment with Jaden or Mariah, but they said 30s.
Yeah, that seems like an okay, but like, there's a lot of young people here that actually do want to have a kid, before a lot of things. Like, for work, like, if you're in college, then okay, then I understand, like, don't have a baby while you're in college. That's the number one thing for me. Like, I will not be able to do that if I'm in college. I would definitely wait until I'm out.
Alright.
Because that's
So
a lot of,
yeah.
so that's what
How could I guess that one? The party lifer, the party guy. Alright. What
I
age?
feel like I've talked about this before with like my friends when we were talking about our life plans.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be something like 20, like be married by like 24 and 25.
Okay.
So that
Fair.
works. I was like 26, 27, like mid 20s.
Yeah, I would say 26, 27. at
mid
least.
20s for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you said 20. You said 20.
20 to mid 20s.
Okay, alright. 20. Mid 20s would be 20 to 25. Okay, alright. Here's another one. Oh, where's it at? Oh, is DMing your method of choice? Why do you think it works or doesn't work? Y'all slide into the DMs like a penguin or what? What's going on?
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, you can definitely like go with the DM saying like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, you're very beautiful and all that,
But do you think it works?
Hopefully, it worked for me a couple times. Yeah.
Because nowadays,
But then,
when you try to slide in some DMs, you better be either shredded, 8-pack, or big built, and you better be good looking, or else you won't get no response. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's up there.
I'm sorry, Vance, but you don't strike any of those check marks.
Like, honestly, for me,
Oh my
I'm a
god.
power lifter, okay, and I will say this, like, I do have a muscular type tone, dad body, I would definitely say that for me.
Dad bod, dad
Okay,
bod. Okay.
I would definitely say that for me.
All right.
But like, you know, I would say DMing it isn't okay. It is an okay thing to do.
All right.
But like, try not to do it on a little bit too much. You know, don't like go for it like straight day and night. Or give yourself like a day or two. Like say one nice thing about her, and then wait probably 2 or 3 days, and then be like, hey, sorry, stuff has been happening. I haven't been able to text you a lot lately, so here I am now.
Flatter. But like, so for me, I don't like doing it. It's just like
Okay.
something like.
All right. Fair enough,
I
man.
just don't do it in general.
Just do face
I'm
to
about
face,
to.
basically.
Yeah, I'm about to expose myself.
I do
There is
it.
one person I've been saying that I'm like, I want to message this person, but I'm not gonna do it mostly because like, Gary do it, so I just don't.
But you know what? You know what? We have technology, and you know what we're doing right now? It's called FaceTiming or Skype
Yeah.
calling. You can do that.
Well,
I mean,
no,
does
see,
that change the
here's
atmosphere? How do you feel? Yeah, that's a good follow-up question. I'm gonna put that in my notes. FaceTime, is it better than DMing or how?
Yes.
I feel like it's better. Because texting, you can be really dry with conversations like this. As you can see throughout this podcast, we've been back and forth. Like there hasn't been really dry spots. Like it's just like continuous conversation.
Okay.
But I mean, like what you can't, like you can also do like the very retro type of thing, back like how they did back in the 90s and stuff like that. Like you can, like if you go out, you know, and you see a pretty girl, just write down your number, you know, and give it to her. And
Yeah, that people still do that.
I
Yeah.
find you pretty beautiful. Hit me up, call me.
Yeah, people
No.
do that to this day.
I only seen one person in my life do that.
I've seen it like in videos and stuff where people do it in YouTube and
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things and
But I've never seen in real life where people like here. Like
yeah, I think out of all my friends, I don't think besides Mark, which he's gonna be in the podcast too, but I think he would be the only one who would do it. But I've never seen anybody out of my friends do that type of thing.
I know someone who did it to one of my friends.
Oh, I do remember this one dude trying to at tennis who tried to do that to one of the girls that was helping us out, but it was fun.
Salem to
No. Oh my god, that's funny though. That's with the boys. Tennis with the boys. I miss tennis. All right, guys. Our time has come to a unfortunately closure. I'm gonna pause this and we're gonna go. Well, actually, I'm not gonna pause. I'm just gonna go. Actually, we'll just go right straight into the outro. This has been episode 3 of Josh's Corner. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this episode with my 2 very special guests, Shay Davis and Vance Myers. Hopefully, we can get them back on the show, live version, and we'll have different questions, different segments. Boys, do you have anything to say or anything to shout out? Your Insta, Snap, whatever you want to say to the audience, this is the time you can do it.
at True Riddler, underscore setup space, capital T, capital R. That's True as in True, Riddler as in the DC villain.
I will put that right here on the screen for you guys to see. Don't worry. How about you, Van? You got anything?
Snapchat too, VMyers445.
All right, I will definitely put their socials in the thing. Boys, do you recommend being on the podcast?
I do. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
There you go, well, folks.
Yeah.
6 out of 6, baby. That's what we be rocking out here during quarantine. We be producing bangers. Speaking of bangers, if you want to be on the episode of Josh's Corner, please be sure to DM me or email down. I'll put all that stuff in the link in the description. Don't forget to check out my 2 brand new videos. One with Jebediah Jones, which is now out, boys. If you haven't seen that one, go ahead and give that one a like. And my brand new hit song, Without You, It Slaps. There's nothing else to
Banger
say.
song, banger song.
Banger saying right there, boys. Alright, thank you, boys, for coming out. And this has been episode 3 of Josh's Corner. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.